If you just started benching, you might be insecure about your 1 rep max. Social media sets these unrealistic expectations that you need to be benching this much or you need to be this strong. And that can really diminish your self-esteem. You see guys on Instagram like Larry Wheels or Julius Maddox, they're throwing up 600 pounds on bench press. You're like, dang, how do they do that? But you also got to keep in mind that it takes years of experience to get to the level. I understand how a lot of you feel because I've been there where my bench was low and I really wanted to get it up. So I've come up with 3 tips for you guys that are going to help you increase your 1 rep max and overall be more confident when you're lifting. So let's get into the tips. So the first thing I want to talk about is pause benching. What is pause benching? Pause benching is like normal benching, but instead of going straight up after you touch your chest during the lift, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pause the bar for 1 to 2 seconds on your chest just to break the momentum. And when you break that momentum, now it's allowing for all your muscles to be engaged and to use all your force to push that bar up instead of just having momentum going up. So when you go back to your normal touch and go bench press, you're going to notice that it's going to feel like the bar just goes up because now you're adding that momentum factor. And it also trains your fast twitch muscle fibers to be stronger and more effective. So like when you're trying to lift heavy, the goal is to push the weight as fast as possible from point A to point B. So when you're doing this and exploding up with all your force, you're teaching your body to just use all of its force when it's benching, no matter what the weight is. If you incorporate this, there's no doubt that it's going to encourage your bench press to go up. So before we get to the next one, I want to show you guys how to do it.
As you can see, I'm executing this perfectly. I'm pausing in my chest for a second and exploding up. Pausing, exploding, perfect.
Next on the list, I want to talk about static holds. How do you perform a static hold? Static hold is when you unrack more weight than your 1 rep max and you hold it over your chest in the top of the bench press position. You're going to want to hold this weight for about 10 to 15 seconds. The goal of this is not actually to press the weight. The goal is to get your joints, muscles, and nervous system actually used to handling these heavier loads of weight. Similar to pause benching, when you actually go back to your normal sets, that weight is going to feel so light because you're so used to holding heavy weight over your chest. I recommend you guys incorporate this into your light bench days because on your light bench days, since you're not lifting as much weight, once you go back to your heavy days, the weight's going to feel way heavier because your body's adjusted to lifting lighter weights. But if you incorporate this won't even be a problem. You can still get the feel of heavy weights even on light days. If you guys haven't liked the tips so far, I still have one more tip to show you guys. Let's go to it. For the last portion of this video, I want to talk about lockout training. Have you ever attempted a PR and got 3/4 of the way up and then all of a sudden it feels like you just can't push anymore and that you're stuck there, and then your ego gets hurt because you didn't hit your PR? If you can't lock out, all that means is that your triceps aren't up to par with the same strength as your chest. Well, if that's you, consider lockout training. These lockouts that I'm about to explain are going to help you guys improve your tricep strength so you guys can push past the lockout part of the lift.
So here I set the safety pins 3/4 of the way to lockout, and I'm just practicing the lockout. This is going to help your triceps get used to locking out with the heavier weight. You're going to want to pick a weight close to your 1 rep max and do 3 to 5 reps per set. If you struggle finding effective tricep exercises, this can really be huge.
If you guys enjoyed the tips, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All 3 of these tips have really helped me get my bench up. I believe if you guys incorporate these, you guys will be hitting the big weights in no time. Make sure you guys stay tuned for next video because it's going to be good. I'll see you on the next one.